Hey, I'm trying to. I feel so granny. If you're watching our live stream right now, I'm feeling real grandma.
We
Yay!
did it. We did it. This is our first official live on our YouTube channel. Oh my God, this is so amazing.
Yes!
Yeah,
Cynthia, we made it!
we did it.
Woo!
Hi, air hugs, high fives, high tens. Thank you guys
We
for all
made it.
joining us.
Holy crap. Oh, I'm
Hmm.
so excited. Let's see if I'm gonna tweet out to see someone's watching us. Let me
Oh
just
yeah.
open up our channel and see if folks are there so we can talk about this fight. Salute to the young gun Ryan Garcia
Oh
for a
yeah.
great win tonight, and we're going to talk about all of that right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Okay, so we are live. I'm just going to open it
Woo.
so I can see it. Not the commercial,
I was like, I
but
hear music.
yeah, like a commercial started playing, but we are okay. Let's run it all back in 3, 2, 1. Go, Cynthia.
Oh my God, you guys, welcome to the best women's boxing show, period. After hours, after recap to our very first YouTube super live, super chat, live. Yeah, like, we're live with you guys. We're not in studio, we are at our home studios. And thank you again. This is such a big honor, and we're so excited that we did this. And with the support and the help of you guys to get us here, we reached one of our milestones. We have so many more, but we're here to talk some fights. But before anything, do you have a glass of anything to celebrate, to
I
toast?
do. I got a lot of Shiraz in this
Oh, wow,
glass
you do.
because let us raise this glass to the journey, to the first show we ever recorded, to the many meetings, to the many text messages, to the hand holding, to holding each other's hands, and the journey and hitting our first major milestone.
Oh,
Cheers to us.
cheers to
Cheers to
us.
us. Oh, wait.
Cheers to us. And cheers
Cheers.
to you guys. Thank you. Ding.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm,
This is
mm,
this
mm.
is like my, I don't know how many glasses of wine I've been on all day. Well, it was fight night, so I had a nice dinner, and so it's just I'm just still going, and I'm eating my macaron. But
Mm.
I know as you guys know, this is just a recap show. It's we don't have the official name yet, so we might have it like after hours run in. We don't know yet. We're still figuring it out.
Exactly.
But this is just a short recap. It's not a full show. It's just of what happened at the fights. Can't really say about the beginning of the fights. That Golden Boy, I've always said, has put on great. Their undercards are very evenly matched. They're good wars, and but just leading up to the fights, Alexis Rocha had almost every fight was all majority decision or unanimous decision. Alexis Rocha was a co-main event in great fashion. He's from Santa Ana. He put it. He won. Great show. Ryan Garcia against Javier Fortuna. Ryan even said this is going to be probably the toughest test because he's a former world champion. When I saw the height, and Ryan just looks so big compared to Javier, but it was, what, at the very beginning I noticed, their jabs. Fortuna was able to land a couple, but the one thing that I noticed that Ryan has always said in his interviews leading up to this fight, and even his last fight with Goosen, he needs to be patient, and he
Mhm,
sure was in this fight. Very, very different fighter that we're starting to see. Ryan's really, really growing into his own, which I like.
mhm.
And yeah, and so you saw it. He got dropped, left hook, body shot, and Fortuna was just kind of dancing around. What did you see, Jay?
The body shot is really a thing of beauty for Ryan. And you know what's funny is when we see so much of the content on Ryan that he creates, that people create with him, more often than not, it's speed-based things, him doing pad drills, him running, but it looks like the bread and butter of his offensive arsenal is going to be the wicked body shot. I
Mhm.
feel like not enough fighters invest into the body shot and just the placement in the solar plex. He is killing people. This is the second fight in a row. The body shot is paying dividends. And what is that? Water in the basement. It's all about the water in the basement. And so he's
It
doing some good stuff.
He really is. I mean, we've seen the work now that since he's been with Goosen, he has been really focusing on the jab, focusing, putting his chin down, really taking his time to setting up a lot of his shots, as opposed to just keep going in for that left hook, overhand right, because he gets anxious and just wants to knock people out, and he realizes that you got to box smarter. And he said it in his post fight interview. They said, "You thought Javier was going to be a hard hitter." And he says, "The harder the punches, the better I box." I mean, Ryan just didn't come out of nowhere. And yes, everyone says he's an Instagram boxer. And I've even said that because of his Instagram following. But he's led up to like amateurs. I mean, he's had kids since he was, I mean, he's had fights since he was a little kid. So it's
Right.
not like he came out of nowhere. So he's really worked on his craft. He's honing in on his craft. He's learning to develop the skills as an adult fighter, learning how to use his power and how to place his thing. Because before it was always trying to go for the knockout, easy
Right.
knockout, just like everyone else. Now he realizes you gotta box smarter. They always said, hit him. If you hit the body, the head will follow.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so, yeah, but that was a great win. And yes, side, we all want Tank Davis. So does he. He promised to record the negotiation. And I got,
That's that's a new one. Now that was some real tea. I'm like, can we go to man? Can we? It makes me feel like, is it going to look like the World Series of Poker? You know how the people they hold their like card like this,
yeah.
so you can see what it is, and it's like, all right, Ryan is going to now pass his offer to Tank
Oh, yeah.
Davis.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just hope they get there. Maybe the key in all of making all this work is Joe Goosen, because Joe Goosen is primarily aligned on the
Hmm.
PBC Heyman side. And maybe he's like what's the movie? A Bridge to Terabithia. Maybe like
Yes.
he's the bridge to make this all come together. Joe Goosen, be a
Hmm.
bridge. Be a bridge so we can get the
Yeah.
fight.
And you know what? Tank Davis tweeted it out. See you at the end of the year.
Mhm.
And I saw Devin
Mhm.
Haney. He was there at the fights, and it's kind of funny because he even said maybe Cambosos is next. It's not set in paper, but it's really funny is that everyone is always talking about Ryan versus Tank. Why not Ryan versus Tank? Haney has the belt,
That's
but
right.
we
That's right.
know the big money fight is Tank and Ryan. So hopefully the powers that be, Floyd Mayweather or whoever Tank is still signed with. I don't even know if he's still signed with Mayweather. He says he is. And
Mhm.
Golden Boy, let's make this happen by the end of the year because the fans want it. It's already been building up. The money will be there. The celebrities will all come out. So let's just make this happen. Even though
Payday.
yeah, it's
Payday,
payday,
they
payday,
want
payday.
payday.
There will be no belt online, would there? Because it's not a super belt. Tank doesn't
Nope.
have a super belt. Yeah, so who cares about belts at this moment? It's just like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. We
So,
just want to see it. The other stuff will come. The belts reside. Well, we know where the belts reside, and
mhm.
I just really I hope they don't pump fake us and don't give us the whole, well, we gotta let this marinate. The time is now. Boxing
Yeah,
needs a reboot. People will spend their money. If they know something big like this is coming, people are going to save their money and they're going to spend their money to either buy it on pay-per-view. They need to start now. Like, we need some billboards. Like, do the photo shoot while everybody's still in shape. Just do it.
right?
Just do it now. If Tank is tweeting like that, who's to say that it's not already done?
Oh, it's so true. It's like that's the only thing in the contract. You have to win your fight against Fortuna in order for this to be executed, which
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know that this fight has to happen, and it's just like you can't keep talking about. It's kind of like an Errol and Terrence before. You can't just keep talking about it. Now it has to happen. If it doesn't happen next, something's very shady. Someone does not want this happen to happen when these mofos have the belts. I am
Right.
just saying. It's
I
like the
just
Illuminati shit happening.
Ryan is just so ballsy
I
tonight. Like
love
I was
it.
really feeling the whole let's record shit. You see, I'm not ducking. Do not read the comment section. And you know who's to say who's ducking who's doing what or not. But I just like if we're gonna manipulate the people and make them talk, then hey,
My God.
let's record it. Let's record it and we'll keep everybody honest. Could you imagine if they record a negotiation? It'll change the whole trajectory of how the
Hmm.
boxing business is done. And that's wild to me.
And you know that will never happen. They will never allow
Okay.
that. They'd be like,
Ain't
check
gonna
your phone
happen.
in, check your phone in at the door. We need to swipe you down for any kind of camera devices, listening devices.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
but I think even and you said it before, Ryan has become much more. He's grown. The way he even speaks, the way he answers questions, and when they said, "What did you think of your performance?" And I wrote it down. Um, in the spirit of competition, that he goes, I want the fans to decide, because I know he had a good evening, he had crisper shots, and we saw it in his performance. He was not rushing into things. He wasn't lifting the chin like we always talked about. And I'm like, if he kept doing that, he's gonna get knocked out. He's leaving himself exposed. So he's still 20. He's only 23 years old, 23 years young, and he's willing to be great. He's wanting to be great. And the fact that he even mentioned mental health, and we know a lot of people thought it was a farce, it was a fake, and I know damn well it was not. So like we said, mental health is not something to mess with, because people are stepping in the rings, and you see what can happen. So it was good to see he won at the crypto, AK, well, I'm just gonna call it Staples. And
Mm.
it was good. It was a good crowd. Saw the celebrities, saw the people. And it was nice. It was I think it was a really sweet victory for him.
Very sweet. He did what he needed to do. He didn't coast along. Some of the other fights went a little bit long, a little bit too long. Shave them down a bit, get folks up out of there. But Ryan came in and did what he got to do. He did it in great fashion. Hey, Sean Fitzgerald. Yay, we have a
Hi,
visitor.
yay! Cheers,
Yay. Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you for joining us. This is our first. Sean Fitzgerald, we have to send you a shirt. You're our first ever live
Yes, yes,
person. Oh, I gotta write that down. Oh, you
yes.
live here. I could just bring it to you.
But
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. I'm going to. Well, shout out to him. Hit me in the DMs and let me know what's I. Hey, Gail!
Hi,
Yay!
Gail. Oh, cheers, Gail.
Oh, Gail. Okay, so you guys are our two official first winners. So we've got a shirt for Sean and we've got a shirt for Gail. So our first male and our first female
Uh,
live stream people on our channel. Thank you, you guys. That's really, really cool. But I mean, I'm just excited for what the future holds. I'm glad that Ryan is coming into his manhood the way he is. It just makes him so much more interesting just from a storytelling standpoint.
mhm.
That he started out rough. He was in this top tier camp of the most elite fighter in boxing and trainer combinations with Canelo. It falls apart. You got baby mama here, you got baby mama there. He's a model, you got ugly tattoos. It has the whole makings of a great ass soap opera. I want
Telenovela.
a great telenovela yells in Spanish across the bottom. But what I need Ryan to do, and I'm sorry, Ryan, and I'm not dissing, I swear. I'm kind of sneak dissing, but I'm not dissing. Um, please, I have a referral for a great tattoo artist, or you should hit up Nick Cannon and talk to him about whoever covered up like the big Mariah Carey tattoo he had on his back
Oh, I
and
remember
did
that.
like a full cover up. Hit him up. Hit him up.
It's all right, because I mean, I don't know, hopefully your tattoos had meaning.
Yeah.
We don't know the meaning, so but if you love your tattoos, so be it. And but if you got it when you were really, really young and you didn't really care and with no meaning, cover them up and then put something much more meaningful. Put your daughters, put something, your grandmother, something. But yeah, but
Mhm.
I do have a question. I know that we're just gonna kind of, I mean, it's not like we're gonna run through the entire card, but we had Lamont Roach. I was a little
Mhm.
confused because we did see how much he got paid, and I don't know if that was a typo for $4,500.
What the hell? The co-main fighter. I mean, of course, Ryan's going to get the lion's share. Ryan clocked 2 million.
He wasn't the
Um,
co-main. He was on the zone broadcasted though,
that's right. That's right.
but for
Still more than 4,000.
4,500,
Wait, let me.
he was, I think, one of the lowest paid, and that's like the undercard was paid. Like Diego De La Hoya, I mean, I get it because that's De La Hoya. He got paid 20 grand.
Right. I
But
was trying to see where did I save the
I can pull it up on
sheets.
my phone right now because
Yeah.
I thought, I'm like, is this real? But and some of the, and I know that the broadcasters, they have to find something to talk about. So they're going to talk about sparring partners and who he fought and who that. And I think it was a little disrespectful when they talked about Janelle Herring,
Hmm.
and even Dennis Douglin. We're going to be releasing his show this week with his mother. He even said
Hmm.
the same thing. He's like, with all due respect, instead of talking about sparring partners and what their hair looks like, talk about who the kind of fight, like for the casual fans. I'm like, you know what? That's right, because for this fight card, there were a lot of casual fans because Ryan brings in a different crowd also. So I thought that was actually so smart. And like, because people don't know what they're watching. They just see two guys fighting. So
Exactly. Exactly. We got a comment from Gail. Let me scroll back up. Ryan handled himself well after the fight, but he didn't. Yeah, I agree with that. This is the coach who is picking him up after a very unceremonious or ceremonious exit from the Reynoso camp down in San Diego. And no thank you to Joe Goosen. Boy, Joe Goosen is a man who I don't think is thanked enough. I hope people
hmm
give him his flowers and no mention. Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty sucky.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, I mean, it's sad that he didn't mention Golden Boy. I mean, he just like the normal people you mentioned. It's like, but when he was with Reynoso, it was like, oh my God, he was praising Eddie, which is fine. But you know what? Maybe he does praise him when he's not in the ring, and he does enough praising outside of the ring. So, but it doesn't matter because Ryan is listening to what Joe Goosen says, and I think
Mhm,
that's praise enough. So it's like Joe doesn't need anything said. It's like, just do what I tell you, and do what we've been doing in the gym every day, and
mhm.
that's all you need to give me. That's my flowers that I need from you. So I pulled it up. It was Lamont Roach, $4,200, and Angel. Wait, the guy he fought, Angel Rodriguez, got paid 30 grand. Are you sure this is not a typo? Gail,
That
do you know
has to
anything
be
about
backwards
that?
because isn't Roach a Golden Boy fighter?
Yes.
That's got to be backwards. That's got to be a typo. I wish Manuk or someone was available because I'm sure he's asking
It was on
ringside.
Manook. I saw
Yeah,
this
he was
on
the one that
Manook's
tweeted
tweet.
it. That has to be, if somebody is tapped in who knows the answer to that, or maybe we'll go down the rabbit hole and check it out. But $4,500 for your own house fighter?
Like the
Hmm.
very first fighters, Miguel Gano at 2,100 and Abdiel Padilla 1,700, and then the next fighter of after that would be Lamont Roach Jr.
Damn. I wonder, does he owe some money? Did he get an advance? Like, what
I
is
don't know. I don't know, but that was weird. But Lamont pulled off the win, and good for him. So I know that there's a title shot next for him. So we shall see what happens. But God, I'm so happy for Ryan. I'm really happy because I know that this was a very, anytime when the spotlight is on your name, it's because you need to prove that you're not just this guy that gets cherry picked fighters. And he didn't. In the way he won against Fortuna, he knocked him down
Mm-hmm.
three times, and it was just that he didn't rush into the knockouts. It's like he was just so crafty, and Fortuna is very crafty himself, but he couldn't breathe. I mean, when he spit that mouth guard out, I'm like, oh yeah, he needs to breathe because he needs time. He needs to stall somehow. But
Mm.
it was a beautiful win. But I can't wait. But I'm just more excited that we're on a live right now, and then we even have just two people just to join us.
I know. Hello, everyone. Thank you again. If you're just now coming in, this is our very first live on the Best Women's Boxing Show, period, YouTube channel because we finally hit our 1,000. We had our watch hours. Shout out to you guys. We hit the watch hours really, really quickly because that Benavides interview went crazy. So we hit the watch hours fast, but it was just the time of trying to build and connect and get people to subscribe. Boy, for folks who are in the chat who are content creators, I know you
Hmm.
guys know how hard it is for to just get people to hit subscribe. It's
Yeah.
free 99. It's free 99. Okay.
Free 99. Yeah.
But we thank you. We thank you who are with us. Shout out again to Sean and to Gail for being our very first visitors to the live stream. Gail, I have your address, I'm sure. And then Sean, get with me and I'll roll over to your crib or your spot over there in Gardena Hawthorne and roll you a Best Women's Boxing Show, period t-shirt over there, but Cynthia and I have to sign them first.
Yeah. And then one little other pressing thing that we did see on the timeline, Cynthia Estrada has divorced Golden Boy. Gail, did you know anything about that? Because I heard something was happening. I didn't know that they broke up. And I'm like,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming that's why she hasn't fought. And if so, who do you think she's gonna sign with? I believe I'm saying Matchroom. I'm just gonna say it because I'm not sure.
All the women are there and they all seem to get along well and have a great camaraderie. And by them all being kind of under one umbrella, it creates some really tremendous opportunities for them for tournaments, for all kind of things for
Yeah.
them to do as a unit. Hopefully, they make sure they bring us into the unit so we can talk to the women and interview the women. But fascinating stuff. Sanisa was giving us the kind of the okey doke before when she was like tweeting pictures
Hmm.
and she was saying like pay me what I'm worth. I was like, all right, champ, I know that's right.
And it said in the article that that Golden Boy couldn't provide what she wanted.
Mm.
So I don't even know what this means. So I mean, wow. Well, I'm really curious, and it was nice to see her. I mean, I love her on the mic. I think she's a
Yes.
great addition. Only so many women that are in the sport that actually box can be on the mic because they're really good
Mhm.
commentators, and I believe she makes a great addition to the team. But
She
now
does.
I do. I like her, and I'm really excited to see what's going to be next for her and who she's going to fight because she keeps saying there's a next fight, but under what umbrella? so,
Okay.
so
We're
Gail,
gonna have to be out there
if you
in
know
the
the
streets.
411, let us know.
We're gonna put a tip line like right here somewhere in the future. It's gonna be like the BWBSP tip line. Call us and tell us your tips. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
it's like 1-800 I know
wow.
something.
1-8 wait, all right now. I know something. 1-800.
I know something.
But I Sinisa, wow. I think of man, I remember Sinisa fighting on Gennadi's undercard when Gennady fought what's his name? Real buff. They fought at the Forum.
Oh,
Willie Monroe?
Willie Monroe.
When he fought Willie Monroe and she fought on that undercard, that
Hmm.
seems like a lifetime ago. It seems like a lifetime ago.
I
And now
remember.
look at her. She is the champ for real, the champ
For
champ.
real, for real. I mean, I remember Tom Loeffler, like one of the very few promoters in boxing were working with women, and this is like when Lou DiBella. These are like the early timers. So to put her on the undercard, she wasn't paid a lot of money, but then that's when women were not getting paid as much. But for
Mhm.
her to even be on an undercard of Gennady Golovkin at the time, and now look at where he's at. So
For
now
sure.
it's really nice to see where her career has ended up and how far she's come and how much farther she's going to be going with whoever promoter she's going to be with whatever belts.
Mhm.
I really do have a feeling it's gonna be matching because I think is it Yokasta? I can't remember. Whoever she's supposed to fight, I think is signed. Oh, I can't remember. There's too many. But yeah, so Gail, or if anyone that somehow sees this, that tunes in after when we're done, and you guys know, just throw us a tweet and let us know. Just give us the tips. It's our tip hotline. We're gonna get a number 1-800 I know something. I'm telling you, that's gonna be our
I
tip.
want that phone number. I want that phone number. But it's fascinating times here. I kind of like it. I like that the women are negotiating hardcore and are like, you know what? If you don't like it, I'm out. And
Because
they
they know
have
they're,
actual options to
yeah.
go somewhere. That is very, very important. The first time I ever interviewed her, she was she had just turned pro. I think maybe she was 2-0 or even 1-0. She was very, very early. She used to still train at the PAL over there. I'm pointing that way. She used to train at the PAL over there on the east side. I can't remember what city it was. And I went over and I interviewed her and I asked her why she didn't, stay behind and go into the Olympics.
Hmm.
And, she said she just thought she would fare better by going directly into being a pro. So I wonder, we're going to have to talk to Marlene Esparza again. And because I think their beef goes all the way even back to that. When
Yeah, they don't
Sydney
like
said,
each other. It's so
"At
crazy.
it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna be Gaddy Ward. They're never gonna be friends. They're probably
Never.
gonna be at the Hall of Fame one day slapping the shit out of each other."
Right. I mean, I think Alicia and Michaela and Clarissa and Savannah would be besties before they even remotely become friends.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. For sure. For sure. I was trying to see, I wanted to do a little test and try to super chat us, but I don't see the option. We must not have the little icon yet. People to super chat us. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We're still learning.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to be like all them other streamers out there. Like if you want us to talk, you need to hit the super chat. I mean, we like if you do that, but you don't got to. Long
But
as you
we'd like
subscribe.
it. You know,
But we do like it because we got bills.
every dollar counts.
Mhm, mhm.
Every dollar. But I don't know if I don't know, can you do the super chat on here on StreamYard? I don't know. Because I know you can do it on YouTube, but I've never done it on StreamYard.
I went to look at our channel from my own YouTube from my phone to see if I could see the little thing you click,
Yeah.
but it's not letting me. Oh,
I
wait a
don't know.
minute. Maybe because I'm logged into our channel account. Let me switch our account. But again, thank you again for joining us. It is a great night. Whether you love Ryan Garcia or hate him, you have to admit the sport is better and it's more interesting with him in it because these you need spoils, you need personalities, you need all kind of things to make the machine go.
Mhm.
What do you think, Cynthia? You think we gonna get it for real, for real?
I think so.
We gonna
I
get the
really
Tank Davis fight?
Yeah, I think so because if we don't, then we're just gonna get very mad because there should be no reason why that they don't fight. It's not like they have belts, so there's no mandatories standing
Mhm.
aside from them from any organization. Um, well, I know that Ryan's in the top 15. Not, well, yeah, he was the top 15, so now I think he's like the top 5. I don't one he's number 1 or number 2. I don't even know where he lands in the division, but it would be the smartest move unless he miraculously decides to go with Devin Haney. That's the only
Mm.
other thing. Or Loma says, I want to fight you, but Loma wants Devin Haney.
Mhm.
So, I
Mhm.
mean, Loma doesn't care about fighting Ryan unless he has belts. Loma cares about legacy. Ryan, he cares about legacy, but the Tank Davis fight makes so much sense. Who's Tank gonna fight next, anyways? If it's not Ryan, nobody. There's no one out
Got
there.
to.
There's no one out there.
They need to honestly, even at the conclusion of that fight, unless it's just an absolute complete domination on one side, they need to go on and just lock in at least one fight and a rematch because
Hmm.
they're, I doubt Tank fights Haney. Haney's going to be too. They're moving up. They're moving up to
Yeah.
140, and Haney is what,
130,
130?
135.
Yeah.
He fights at
So
that.
yeah. So
But
why not? Ryan said he felt good fighting at 140. Um, Javante will definitely benefit from fighting at a higher weight.
and they can make it a catch weight. They can make that a catch weight. So
Mhm.
they all win. And like you said, they even said Ryan feels good at 140. And they said in the broadcast that he wants everyone's going to be moving up. He wants to be one of the very first because eventually they're all going to move up because they're all growing. Look at what Theophane was now at 147.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he really wanted to, he would move down, but he's too big also. So they're just growing boys, which is natural.
Some interesting movement going on here. Teofimo at 147. Before we wrap it up, so 147, and we know that's very crowded there. If you could pick somebody for Teofimo to fight 147, who do you think he has the best chance of beating amongst the top guys? So let's just say for the top guys who's still hanging around for real at 147, there's Thurman, um, there's Crawford, of course, and Spence.
Hmm.
There's no, Danny moved up, Garcia moved up, Sean
Yeah,
retired. Um, hmm,
I don't
maybe this
know.
is the right opportunity for him. Maybe this is the right time.
Yeah, I think if what's his name moved up, like Regis, if he stayed up, because I know he's flirted with 147, Regis Prograis. I think
Mhm.
that would be a very
Mm,
good fight. Uh, and then what's his name? The one he fought, Josh Taylor.
mhm.
That would be a very good fight. There's Ramirez that he could fight. So, because I mean, but it sucks because Ramirez got the rematch with what's his name for the vacant WBC belt, and I was so bummed. I really wanted Ramirez and Regis Prograis. That was a fight that should have always happened.
Ooh, mhm,
That fight should have always happened when Regis had the silver and Ramirez had the actual WBC belt. And it
mhm.
never. And then Regis ended up fighting Taylor, which was an absolute war, and he lost. But it was such a good fight that honestly, it could have. They should have had a rematch, or and then Jose ended up losing his belt, so it just kind of like that all fell out. But I think Teofimo. I think those are. I don't think he would. Honestly, I don't think Teofimo would do well against Thurman.
Mhm.
Thurman is just too seasoned. Um, fuck. There's your Dennis Ugas.
Mhm.
He'll school Teofimo just straight boxing. Um, I think yeah, but those guys that could potentially move up with him, those are the guys that Teofimo should be kind of waiting for because the other guys, Teofimo's still so new to the crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's he
I'm looking.
fighting? Who's he fighting? In
I can't
August?
remember. They announced his opponent, but it's not an opponent I'm familiar with, so I can't
Yeah.
remember the name. I was looking here at Twitter, and so they're doing the post-fight presser, and Keith Idek, shout out to him. That's the little homie. He
Hey.
said he asked Ryan if or he's if Ryan is not moving down to 135, tonight's fight is tonight's fight was at 140. Will that be a sticking point in making a fight against Tank Davis? Hmm.
I'm telling
So
you,
they're
it might be a catch weight. I'm telling you because it's like
140.
okay, because Tank, because 140 is, I think that's
That's
kind of big.
chunky. That's kind of
That's
chunky for
That's
Gervonta,
kind
but
of
he's so
big for
short.
Gervonta, but if they make it at like say 137,
Mhm.
and
They
I know
might as well.
every pound counts. But who knows? We'll see. Dollars make sense.
Mm.
Um, and then I guess just in other news, Broner's coming back.
Right, Adrian. How much do we think Adrian Broner early bets? How much we think Adrian Broner gonna weigh?
What's he supposed to be fighting at? I don't even know.
I think they're fighting at 147. I believe. I would hope it would be 147 or lower because I don't know about. Broner fighting bigger than that? It's got to be 147 or less.
Um, I I don't know. I mean, he's been gone for so long that I really don't know. The last thing I saw of him post was putting his 2 sons in the ring because they kept fighting. So he's like, "Go duke it out in the ring, because if not, and whoever wins, I'll give you $100." But he goes, "They did so well." I mean, they were old. They're like, 15, teenagers. He gave them both $100, but I don't know.
Ah, that's
I really hope he comes back and, like, really takes it seriously, because the last performance I saw him in was against Pacquiao. I think that was the last performance, and he totally believed he won that fight. So,
yeah, he had a lot to say after that. Thank you, Sean. You're right. Tank did fight Barrios at 140. I forgot about that. So that's another person who's available. Maybe that's a fight for Teofimo.
oh,
Mario
Barrios
Barrios.
is good. That's actually a good fight because he's rugged. He's really a
Hmm.
rugged, hard, like, yeah, yeah. I mean, I just want to see how Teofimo works. I mean, I want to see how he looks after all the things that he's gone through. And, coming back from a really significant loss, we'll see. But
Yep.
that will be exciting. But yeah, but this was good.
Yeah, you're right about that. Gil said there's the online the presser this Tuesday with Broner and Figueroa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that and see what they're talking about because we'll probably get one weight that day, and then as we get closer, we'll get a different
Yeah.
one.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see his raps, and what if I know how many watches he'll be wearing this day, and so, will he have someone combing his hair during the press conference?
Well,
Um,
we know we won't be bored. We know that.
and that's the thing, we do love Broner because of his antics, and that's what, remember Pink Tyson said, boxing needs personalities. We need very
Absolutely.
provocative people, and just people that are just can talk their shit, or just talk their shit in the ring, back it up in the ring, crazy shit, and I love that. But
Broner may
yeah,
go on one day to be a magnificent trainer. Maybe the full fight path wasn't his path, but he belongs in boxing. So I don't know.
he always makes his way back, and he always gets a big fight somehow.
I didn't know that. Gil said the last time he did an online presser, he was in his bed. Oh my god! Damn, I didn't see that. I missed that one. Damn it! That probably wasn't tape. I'm gonna have to go back and
imagine
find that one.
imagine trying Brittany Goose and be like, dude, really? Can you
Okay.
just put some underwear on at least, and something?
Uh, no, be like, excuse me, hold on. So anyway, I'm taking this fight very seriously. Blah 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 blah.
Oh my God. Well, all right, girl. Let's wrap this
We
up,
gonna
since we want to keep it nice, short, simple, but at least we got to talk about the fight that just happened and what's next for Ryan, and just to see how his performance was, and then also the next fights that will be happening, some of the most exciting, and just stay tuned. Uh, we're not going to go I don't think we're going to go live after every fight, just
right.
the ones that are, that make a lot of noise, or we'll be like, oh shit, this fight was, we didn't realize it was gonna be this good, and we will tweet it out. We're going live. That means get your
Exactly.
cups, get your wine glasses, your martini glasses, whatever tickles your fancy, because we're gonna talk some boxing, and see where you guys are at. And then as we get more people in the chat, we're gonna talk about, like, your future predictions and who do you want on the show, and maybe we can invite you guys onto the show to talk some boxing
Yay!
with us.
We're
Yeah.
stepping up our little tech knowledge here. We trying to figure it all out, but
Yeah.
we gonna make it happen. At the end of the day, we gonna make it happen because we're the best women's boxing show.
Absolutely. Period. All right, Jay, we're going to wrap this one at our very first episode, our very first live recap. Again, I am Cynthia Conte,
And I'm Jeandra LaBeouf.
and thanks for tuning in to the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. Recap. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.